Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Hello. So if you didn't see our pregnancy announcement, you're probably like, what the heck, by the title of this video. If you did and you're back to hear my symptoms that I was having a pregnancy before I tested positive, then hi, you're here. I don't know, that's weird. I am still tripping out over the fact that I'm pregnant. And legitimately, if you're confused, which like I said, you will be if you haven't seen that pregnancy announcement, go watch that, because you might be like, what the heck? I thought you were adopting or fostering. We explain everything that's been going on in our world and our family and how we got to this point over in that video. Yes, it was planned. Yes, we're beyond excited. And I was about to say, and also other emotions like terrified, but mostly we're just trying to focus on the excitement. I'm filming this video today because when we were trying to conceive, I watched tons of pregnancy videos on YouTube, and I watched a ton of videos about like how someone knew they were pregnant before they tested positive, because every month that 2-week wait between, or whatever, 3-week wait between ovulation and testing positive or getting your period is like, people said that you're like, what's going on? What's going on? And, you know, like on pins and needles. And that is exactly what it is like. By the way, if you hear random noises, Dan is working on the room in the back that you guys have seen in my day in my life and my week in my life videos. I'm gonna go there in a second. So, all over the map. I'm going to tell you the different things that I noticed before I got my BFP. Big fat positive. That's what they call it in the TTC, trying to conceive community. So the first thing that I noticed was I got a huge pimple on my face. I don't really break out anymore, and I got it in like that hormonal region, and it was huge. And that was honestly my first like, what the heck is going on? Like, I kind of honestly, I think deep down in my soul knew it when I got that pimple. Just that, because I was like, this is so out of the ordinary and makes no sense. So that was the first thing, was the breakout. And I've heard that from a lot of people. And I know a lot of people break out around their period, but I don't really break out very much, and I don't break out like that. I mean, it was huge. The second thing that I noticed was exhaustion. And that has actually been my number one symptom in this first trimester so far. I mean, I'm so early in my first trimester, but it's been exhaustion. I'd say equal with exhaustion, but only in moments, has been and was, before I tested positive, my emotions being all over the map. So I tested positive on a Saturday. The day before that, on Friday, I was a mess. I woke up that day, my self-confidence had just like, you know, like when you just have, like, it just takes a nosedive. It was that times 10. I woke up and, I mean, if you saw my Instagram post that was like super emo within the last week, I mentioned this in our pregnancy announcement video, I just felt so bad about myself, but it was like level 10,000, like I said, where I didn't stop crying most of the day. Like at one point I was crying in the corner. It was so out of character for me. And actually, I had called my dad that day to talk through some stuff, just like my emotions. And I hadn't talked to my mom that day, but my mom, when I talked to her the following day, saying like, maybe it was the next day, like, I think I'm pregnant. She had said to me that she had wondered, and I think said to my dad, like, is she pregnant? Because it was, I mean, I couldn't even hardly get myself out of bed. I went out of bed twice that day to get some snacks, but that was it. The rest of the day I was like crawling when I would leave the bed. Like, it was drama level 10,000. So tired, so emotional. So that was Friday. That was the day before I tested positive. Rewinding a couple days before that was my 32nd birthday on Wednesday. And we actually went out to eat for both meals that day. I say both because I don't even think I had breakfast. I think I was intermittent fasting. And I can't even explain it, guys. This was another huge symptom I had before testing positive, was the level 10 satisfaction that I felt with food. Now keep in mind, I've always loved food. I'm always thrilled to be eating. But the level of like zen, chilled out happiness that I would feel after a meal was like indescribable. Like all day when I would just be eating, I was like, oh, so good. And then I would just be done and I'd be like, I don't think I've ever been so happy in my life. Like, just so happy. I'm now convinced that that was one of the hormones. I don't remember which one, like estrogen or progesterone, because one of them makes you extremely relaxed. And that's like how I felt. I was like, that relaxation can sometimes be too much and then fall into the realm of sadness, then ushering in my Friday meltdown. But at that point, the relaxation, I was just so zenned out. I was tired, but I was so happy. And every time I would eat, it was like, I've never enjoyed food this much. So there was that. Now, the other thing, I hesitate to say this because I actually had this symptom the month before too, when I turned out to not be pregnant. But it's legitimately what happened. Actually, both of these symptoms. Very, very vivid dreams. Weirdly vivid. I mean, I have vivid dreams. These were next level. And then also extreme thirst, like never being able to be satisfied. You know, I will often wake up in the middle of the night thirsty, but I will chug a little bit of water and then the feeling is gone. My throat is soothed, the cotton mouth is gone. Not since I've been pregnant. When I drink the water, pretty much not that shortly afterwards, I'm right back to feeling kind of cotton mouthy and very thirsty. So, and that started before I tested positive. Oh, so I'm saying this hesitantly, but I'm assuming this was a symptom because I have read online that this can be. But I don't know if it's a symptom for everyone. I was coughing a lot in that first week of finding out I was pregnant and the week before. I really genuinely don't think I was sick. And it was very strange, just like how phlegmy I was. And I did read a couple articles online that something happens with your body and your hormones where like your lungs can create, in some women, more mucus and it like holds on to it. So it's kind of subsided a lot actually now, but that was about 2 weeks of like, it wasn't like a sick cough. I didn't feel sick. It was just like, why can't I clear my throat? Like, what is going on? So I still have that a little bit, but it has calmed down a lot. So the last symptom that I started having before testing positive, I keep feeling I keep saying that sentence, is my urge to pee increased. So I was under the impression that that was only something that happened to pregnant women that were very, very pregnant. Like, oh, once your belly gets really big and the baby is pushing down, you're gonna have to pee more. I was not aware that that can actually be a very early pregnancy sign for a lot of different reasons. I've read different things on different sites, like the amount of increased blood flow, your kidneys start to grow. I don't even remember, but those are like the two main things that I remember reading. And that is no joke. So I've had UTIs many different times over my life. And actually, and I kept saying I was going to make a story time about it one day. And I really should, about this last UTI that I had a couple months ago. That was insane. But you know that feeling when you have a UTI where it's like you have to pee and then you go and you really don't pee much? It's been like that, except it hasn't been painful. Whereas like with a UTI, then you'll pee and you're like, ow, and then it kind of burns and the having to pee feeling hurts. It's none of that. Nothing hurts me. It's not burning while I pee. It's not uncomfortable. It's just like, I almost like can't trust my body's signals for when I have to pee. And that's not like me. Like I wake up multiple times in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. I always have. But what I've noticed is since I guess conceived, I wake up in the middle of the night to go pee and then I try to go and like nothing comes out. And so I've been able to tell myself, don't trust that feeling, go back to sleep. And I'll kind of lie there for a couple more hours sometimes because I'll look at the clock and I'll notice, oh, I can like, it's 4 or whatever. And then I'll lie there till 6 and then I'll get up at 6. I'm like, well, I for sure probably have to pee a lot now. And I'll go and it's still like nothing. So I'm like, well, why did I felt like I had to pee so bad like 2 hours ago. So the urge to pee thing, yeah, that started before I got a positive. So I think that's it for this video. I am totally down if you guys have requests for future videos about the pregnancy. I don't really know. I hadn't, up until 2 months ago when we started trying, I had never even really explored the mommy maternity side of YouTube. So I don't even really know all of the things. I just know the things that I was watching within those 2 months. But because we're in a different boat now in terms of like what we can say, because this is our biological child, we're not, dealing with the state. It all comes down to just like personal preference and privacy decisions that we want to make. We are open to share things if they feel appropriate. Clearly, we're sharing our pregnancy super early, so we're pretty open. So feel free to let me know, just questions that you guys have, ideas for videos that you guys have. And yeah, I'm still like tripping out about just all of this. I can't even believe that I'm pregnant. I can't even believe it. So, I will hopefully see you guys back here very soon, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. And don't forget to check the info box, because just like usual, I'm going to continue to do my semi-secret but not actually secret giveaways. So check that out, and I will see you once again, hopefully back here soon. All right, bye guys.